Yeah, it's like so this is a blast from the retro past. Iron Assault, but someone's done like a sort of remix of it. So I used to play this game a lot when I was a teenager, and I think I should be. Yeah, Mission 4, that's where I was before. Resume. Yeah, so I got to managed to get to level 4 before. So this game is a bit like a early Mech Warrior type game. With you get these like missions. You had a bit of customize. You can customize it a bit. Got road attack, so I have to destroy all the units on 007. There's quite a lot of controls to remember this, so it's been a few months since I last played on it. So I have to just remember all that again, so I'll probably die the first time. Straight into the mission. You get these little FMV cutscenes before every mission. Very, I think it was '94 this was released. There we go. Yeah, you can change the views here. You can customize the. So there's a bunch of enemies over there somewhere. They look marked by these little yellow dots. So I've got my two views there, which is good. Let's check my. Very good shot here. Come on. Yep. But yeah, very rudimentary sort of graphics and gameplay. Basically, just like a bit like the more sophisticated Mech Warrior games, except less good graphics. And yeah, it's basically a 2.5D type map. Very basic. Really basic. Whoop. Trying to get all the enemies outside, so these guys need taken out as well. I got hit on my arm then, yeah. I've only got 9 of these left. quite a powerful rocket, this. No. There's a bit of rudimentary dodging there, wasn't it? Oof. We've got the gun left now, this is no good. I'm in a bit of trouble now. Oof. Primary done, so I can might just leave it because I'm quite damaged. Yeah. F10. You get collected with F10. I always forget what it is. I've done the primary goal, so I'm just gonna wait for the mission to end now. I don't want to kill the extra thing. Would have got more points for that, but I was too damaged then. But yeah, gameplay is extremely simple. Some missions are a bit more sophisticated, like you have to. Survival is more important. Right, let's get the next mission. Yeah, the gameplay is pretty linear, but it's just mostly nostalgia. You get some news like, oh yeah, I've got more. We've got a better unit now, so we've actually got this hit Hor 95. Just got a bit of a better loadout. Destroy all the 007s. So basically, there's no mission where you just have to destroy everything. Include the ant units, which are like this weird little. They're quite fast. There's no problem with ants. It's just very Hor model. I wonder if that was intentional. What year is it actually? 2094, is it? 2094, not even that far in the future, really. Well, still pretty far, but. Okay, let's go. You have to wait for that every single time you load a new mission. That's what it is. And that as well. Every single time you play, you have to watch that. Ah, I've got a different HUD now because I'm a different. It's got enemy to my right somewhere. Fire at them. This soundtrack is just stuck in my memory. Soundtrack was pretty cool, to be fair. Maybe for MIDI anyway. I need to be a bit more trigger happy. Not taking that much damage really. It's just extremely repetitive gameplay. I mean, like, all the maps are really basically just a maze with city-style textures. Ooh. So someone down there. Ooh. That's the 007. God damn it. Try and sneak up on her. Rapid fire on this guy. That was one of the 007 units. They're quite tough, actually. Oh, there we go. Oh my god. Just fire a lot of missiles until they get destroyed. But yeah, it's just basically clicking. I'll try and get all the kills this time. So that's one of the. I can go in there. Try and get the ants as well. May as well. So you're going in indoor areas as well, but this is for the ants basically, which is the secondary objective. F to switch your weapons. So these are much lighter. Oh, I can't do it now. Yeah, you don't get that. Getting quite damaged now. This got quite a good missile that does quite a bit of damage. One of them's nearby somewhere. Scanner. I'm assuming this game was built in a similar 2.5 engine to as Doom, but I don't know really. I've never really seen anything out there about how this game was developed. It's quite a forgotten game, which is mostly because it is, like I said, it's quite, even though for nostalgic reasons I really enjoy it, it is quite repetitive, and I just liked it at the time because it's like big robots and there's not much to it really. It's, I don't know, I mean, if the time it's quite an interesting idea for a game, like this Mech Warrior thing, and you can like customize your views and stuff, your HUD, which is quite interesting. So it was quite an interesting game concept for the time, but obviously this game was released first in '94, which is quite a seriously long time ago now. I mean, that's 30 years ago. God, I'm old. And I was literally a young teen when I first played this game, maybe even younger than that, possibly even 10. Because I was an avid PC gamer, and I was really into my FPS games, and I think I just picked this up at PC World because it looked interesting. As usual, back in those days, just from a cover. A cover that looked intriguing with that red robot on the front. And the FMVs are actually quite interesting. So you do have these intro videos on it, which are actually somewhat interesting. It's like stop motion animation type thing, which I skipped before, but that was well. Did I go the secondary role? I think I have to go in. I think there's another base I need to go into for the secondary. So like I've cleared one of the ants out, but Okay, so the ants, I've got 5 out of 10. So I'll try and get my secondary one now, which will appear somewhere in that base. One thing, as with a lot of these era of games, it doesn't really hold your hand, you just have to explore. It doesn't even indicate, for example, where those bases are for the secondary objective. It just assumes that you've got enough brains to be able to figure out that you need to find a base type building with a door. So yeah, I mean, without wanting to over-egg the nostalgia, games were better in my day type thing. Games did not used to hold your hand as much. Like obviously now, in your typical game, it'd be like, here's a waypoint to that secondary objective. There's benefits and drawbacks to both those methods really. Like obviously I'm gonna have to walk around now. I can't remember exactly where I need to go to find that base. There's so many different little. But I mean that's what makes a game like this interesting, right? Was the fact that you can, as flawed a game as it is, because this is not by any stretch of the imagination like a truly brilliant game. It's quite flawed in many respects. But I do appreciate that whoever the developers were, they did try and create something that you can, that is at least somewhat immersive, even though it's very basic. And yeah, I mean, there would be a market for this type of game these days, I think, but it would be more on the PC. These type of games don't really seem to. You don't have an audience really for this kind of game on PlayStation and etc. and other consoles. I mean, I suppose you would do. I mean, you had Crazy Ivan and Mech Warrior and things on previous consoles, but again, it's more of a niche genre, I guess, and one that's sort of died off recently, unless I'm mistaken and not paying enough attention. But I've not seen that many Mech Warrior type games. I mean, you had the Doom the Dark Ages recently. There's like a Mech Warrior style level, but again, going back to what I was saying before, it's like essentially just holds your hand and says you need to bash this button to kill this enemy there. To be fair, like even if compared to the combat on this is really not that great anyway, if I'm honest. I mean, it's literally just button bashing and trying to strafing to avoid missiles. So what had been in there? I'm pretty sure I cleared that one all out. Could see if there's another entrance, or I could just go. So I basically need to find another building that's textured like that, which will be the secondary objective. But yeah, again, that's where it can get incredibly boring, especially when these levels are incredibly pedestrian. They're essentially just, there's not even any cars, there's no people walking around these areas. They're just blocks of basically generic texture sets of buildings. I don't know, sod it, I'll just go. I'll leave the secondary objective for now. I'm only quit playing this really, so I should really do the secondaries, but just see if, because I can't really remember if there's any missions where you don't have to just kill all the enemies. I'm fairly sure there are ones where you have to like collect items and find, pick things up. Though I think last time I played this, I got really confused because I couldn't remember how to. You actually have to press a button to pick up objects or something. I can't remember what it was. In fact, I'm going to Google that now. I have to pick up objects with the F key. So if we do have a mission where we need to do that, at least I know now. Can't remember if it is though. Waxor. So that's a heat-seeking missile on basically. So I'll add a Waxor. There we go. So it's just another mission where you just destroy everything. So this is basically just another shoot everything mission. I swear there are other missions where you have to like... Yeah, it's just a log of everything that I've done so far. I swear there are missions where you had to do more than that, but... The old familiar graphic. I'll play one more. Some of the missions we might be in snow as well, or... Oh, this is a desert level. Okay, so... You could also try out the... Oh, well, I'll leave that one for now. I'll try to sneak up on some of these dudes over here. All I have to do on this level is just kill everything, basically. Oh, someone's got me locked on. Oh no, not those buggers. Yeah, those turrets can be quite nasty. Okay, someone over here. Oh, there you go. See how pixelated it is though. It's hard to even see what you're doing. Cool down. And the problem with this is it takes a while to just heat up. Save missiles and stuff. You could also move it up and down. If that's all the outside, I can easily do the secondary. Oh, sort of here. Let's see from the targets there. Double 7 unit. There's still something left out here then, because I've not achieved the first objective. I'll go back there and wiped everything else out, I suppose. But yeah, someone else around here somewhere. But yeah, because obviously it's so pixelated, it's quite hard to tell. It really doesn't work. These are almost the worst levels when you're on the desert ones, because it's just sparse. There's just nothing there apart from like a rock every 200 meters or something. It's so, yeah, just completely dead landscape. Which I guess makes sense because it's a desert, but it's extremely boring levels to traverse. So we've got one on the scanner somewhere. Just, oh, yeah, it's on there somewhere. She damaged me a bit though. Right, now let's go to the base and take the frogs out, I think. Health one. Yeah, I'm in good enough shape to be able to do that. So I'll try and actually do the secondary objective now. Because I really got to take out the frogs, which are like basically the ordinary enemies. And they're all inside that base. So should be easy enough. Yeah, so I've got to take out 8 of them. So just gotta wander around here, take out 8 of them. Go to the base. Try and get the secondary objective done. Right. So there's one nearby somewhere, but I don't know. Probably down this corridor. There's one nearby, because it's currently with a threat marker. Can't see where. Oh, it's just an ant. Around the corner. I think it's ants instead of frogs. I thought it was frogs. Yeah, those ones are called ants because they're just lighter, but they're quite fast, which is annoying. So if you're quite a slow unit, it can be annoying actually. Yeah, it's frogs I'm after, not ants. I thought so. So I don't need to kill those ones, I need to kill the frogs. These textures are actually quite cool. So some of these indoor levels can be quite interesting. Like compared to the desert anyway, it's a bit more of a maybe something similar to say like Space Hulk, which is a Warhammer 40k game released around about the same time. Where you know, that sort of techno-industrial feeling. But yeah, this is no good. I need to be on a different entrance, I think. It's a bit of a red herring. Possibly just a different entrance or a different building, but probably the other side or something. No? Probably another building, I guess. I'll try and find another base, but otherwise I'll just go. I'm just gonna go. Should have done the secondary, but I'm too lazy. I'm not sure how many maps there are. I only do like half the missions every time though. Oh no, Tel Aviv. Okay. Anyways, no, stick with the... Ah, right. This is a bit more of an interesting one. So you can capture 3 enemy pilots here. So let's get inside an outpost and capture 3 enemy pilots. So... yeah. So this is... I'll play this one because it's one of the more different missions where it's not just kill enemies. And I have to get this enemy, capture these enemy, 3 of these enemy. So I'm gonna have to find the outpost first. It has to be a more of a non-typical level. But yeah, as you can see, it's just very just like every other city level, pretty much. So very, very bland texture-wise, really. Not the most aesthetically pleasing game, I've got to be honest. It's just a lot of doing the same thing over and over again. Back in the day, though, 94, it was pretty exciting for a while. About at least an hour or so. I never actually got to complete this game as well, because I don't know how, but my sister, I think, deleted my save game data. Either accidentally, I don't know, but it really pissed me off at the time. So I never actually completed this game. Indeed. So that's one enemy, but I need to find the outpost. Which I'm just following the direction of where the enemies are, see if that works. Should do. There's one up there, I can see him. Right, there's the base. We want the base. It's cool how the music gets all scrambled when you're into combat, I suppose. Alright, get this up. So I need to find the pilots. Yeah, I can take out these little ants for this. Little ant-man. Little ant-man. One of the more little factory server rooms or whatever it is. Now I have to find these 3 dudes with the... Where's that? Right, yeah. There's only ants in there. It's pretty easy. I also have to destroy a generator. I need to kill out the people first. As a person, I think. How do you... It said how to collect him actually. There's a little person there. It's one of the pilots, but how do I pick him up? It says press the F key, but it doesn't seem to work. I don't want to kill him, that's the thing. I don't know. Let's see what the controls are for that. That means I've got him, I think. Yeah, cool. What's one of them collected? I just need to find the pilots, don't I? So I've got one of the pilots, just need to find those. The secondary's done. Just need to find the other guys now. Where are you, little munchkins? Nah. Obviously, when you've got these little search and find missions though, it can become extremely tiresome wandering around these very samey textured environments with rooms that look nearly all the same. You know, it can get quite tiresome. Oh, 007 now. Die, motherfucker. That my stability got hurt a bit. Should be this way somewhere. I think there'll be another pile in here somewhere. There we go, that's two of them, yeah. Good. There we go. I have to go very slowly, otherwise you kill him, I think. No. Just need to get out of the base now and I'm done. It's all good. Yeah, all done. So yeah, I collected their pilots there and I destroyed the generator, so we did both the objectives. So that was as good as it can go. But yeah, I mean, that was one of the more interesting missions because I actually had to look around, explore a bit, but I think they do tend to become a bit more like that as the game goes on, from what I remember, at least. But yeah, I just need to escape now. I don't think you can do it from within. You never really can do it from within. Get picked up in a minute. Plus, I'm not really in any danger now. I'm not really sure, however, why I ever found this game that difficult. It's pretty easy as long as you strafe and make sure you know, shoot fast enough. You're all right. But I mean, at the time, I would have been 10, so it would have been quite difficult and overwhelming, probably. Bit more, a few more controls than Doom, I guess. Oh yeah, units in perfect shape as well. Didn't take any damage. Wow, I did take some, I'm sure I did. Right, I'll probably leave it there, but yeah, that's a bit of slide.